Thank you all for being here. We are here at Kings County Hospital in Brooklyn at the side of an NYPD officer shot in the line of duty this morning. The duty we asked him and all NYPD officers to do every single day. He answered a call for help. He is a 7-year veteran officer. He is a husband and a father, and thankfully, he will recover. We want to thank the physicians and staff of Kings County Hospital and our own Dr. Kleinman for the great care provided to our members. Our wounded officer decided to dedicate his life to helping others, just as all of your NYPD officers do. This is the 10th officer shot this year in 9 separate incidents. The shootings of your NYPD officers go back to New Year's Day this year. And here we are again as this year comes to a close.
Because of Officer O'Donnell and his partners' actions, we have a dangerous person off our street. We have an illegal gun off our street. The removal of close to 7,000 illegal guns, over 4,400 people arrested for carrying those guns, is a real signal of how our police department is continuing to respond and not allow anything to get in the way of their primary responsibility, and that's keeping our city safe.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good morning. At approximately 8:36 a.m., members of the 7-9 precinct responded to a 911 call for a domestic dispute at 277 Gates Avenue, apartment 3D. The female caller stated that her male friend was damaging the wall and was refusing to leave. At approximately 8:50 a.m., 2 sectors in the 7-9 precinct arrived at the scene, which consisted of 4 police officers. They were met in front of the location by a male and female. After an investigation, it was determined that the male was going to be placed under arrest for the criminal mischief of the wall. As the officers attempted to place the male in custody, a struggle ensued. A shot was fired, striking our officer in the right foot. The perpetrator fled eastbound on Gates Avenue for 1 block, southbound on Bedford Avenue for 1 block, and then again eastbound on Monroe with the gun in hand. 4 members of the 7-9 precinct were in close pursuit. 2 were in an auto, 2 were on foot. In front of 184 Monroe Street, the perpetrator was confronted by 2 officers. Shots were exchanged, and our perpetrator was struck 2 times in the left thigh. A total of 6 shots were fired by the uniformed members of the service, 5 times by one officer, 1 time by another. A total of 3 shots were fired by our perpetrator, and 3 shell casings, 9mm, were recovered. 1 shell casing was recovered in front of 277 Gates Avenue, where our officer was shot in the foot, and 2 shell casings were recovered in front of 184 Monroe Street with the exchange of gunfire. A 9mm handgun was recovered from his person, shown here. We are awaiting trace results for that gun right now, but at this time it is not reported stolen. Our member of the service was taken to Kings County Hospital for a gunshot wound to his right foot. Our perpetrator was taken to Brookdale Hospital and treated for gunshot wounds to his left thigh. He is Raheem Joy, a male 41 years old, of 601 Sackett Street in Brooklyn. He has 17 prior arrests in Georgia, the state of Georgia, dating between 1998 and 2014. Most are for low-level drugs and a DWI, but 2 noteworthy arrests were from 2005 for discharging a firearm and 2007 for criminal possession of a weapon. He also has an outstanding warrant for a weapons possession for Troy, New York.
All right, what else? Questions? Don Doyle? Yes?
What was the relationship between the suspect and the female victim?
She describes it as her male friend, so they were friends.
Chief, can you just explain, so what happened, they went there, What's the nature of the criminal mischief?
The 911 call states that he was breaking her walls, damage to her walls. When the officers got to the scene, they met them in front of. 2 officers went upstairs and they observed the wall being damaged, so that he was going to be placed under arrest for criminal mischief.
Did he fire while he was in handcuffs? Was he in handcuffs at some point? Or-
No, he was never in handcuffs. When the officers came downstairs after seeing the damage to the wall, they came down, they were attempting to place him under arrest. He struggled, a shot was fired, striking our officer in the foot, and then our perpetrator took off.
Rocco?
Chief, did he try to explain it all to the police officers what had happened upstairs and get objecting to being arrested?
There was a brief conversation between the officers, but the damage, we observed the damage, he committed the damage, we had a complainant who was the female, he was going to be placed under arrest for that.
So when you guys arrived, she took you upstairs to show the damage?
No, she sits downstairs, and the 2 officers went upstairs to the apartment.
Marla Diamond?
Can you confirm if the officer was shot by the suspect's gun? Was the officer shot by the suspect?
The officer was shot on the scene by the suspect's gun, the 9mm gun that was recovered later on at 184 Monroe. So our suspect, or our perpetrator, fired 3 shots. One at the original scene at 277, which struck our officer, and 2 times again at 184 when he was confronted.
We'll go to FNTV.
Was the body cameras activated and there was also security footage on the outside of the building? I know y'all haven't been able to get that. Have y'all examined the body camera footage?
Yes, we examined the body camera footage, we examined a lot of the video we still have up, and it confirms just what I've been saying.